click the Start button on the taskbar. If Word 2016 does not display on the Start menu, click in the Search Programs and Files. Click W. Word 2016 displays as the top item on the Start menu. Click Word 2016, select Blank Document. A new blank document displays. With the Home tab selected on the ribbon, click the Show Hide icon in the Paragraph group. A paragraph mark displays on the blank Word screen. A paragraph mark means that you have pressed the Enter key. The default normal template has a font of Calibri body and a font size of 11 points. To modify the normal template and change the font to Times New Roman and the font size to 12, right-click on the normal template in the Styles group and select Modify. At the Modify Style dialog box, click the font down arrow and select Times New Roman. Click the font size down arrow and select 12. Click OK. In the Paragraph group, click the line and paragraph spacing down arrow. Select 2.0. You can also use the keyboard shortcut Ctrl+2. In the Paragraph group, click the line and paragraph spacing down arrow and select Remove Space after Paragraph. You can click the lining paragraph spacing down arrow and notice that once you have selected Remove Space after Paragraph, the option changes to Add Space after Paragraph. In the Styles group, right-click the normal template and select Update Normal to match selection. Click the Insert tab on the ribbon. In the Header and Footer group, click the header down arrow and select Edit Header. In the Header pane, use the shortcut key Ctrl+R to right align. Type your last name and a space. In the Header and Footer group, click the page number down arrow. Select Current Position and plain number 1. In the Close group, click the Close Header and Footer icon. At the location of the cursor, type your name. Enter and type the instructor's name. Press the Enter key. Type the course name. Press the Enter key and insert the current date. Notice when you start to type the word November, if you press the Enter key, it completes the month. Space and type the day and it does the complete for you, press the Enter key. And press the Enter key. Save the document as researchpaper.docx. Click the Save icon in the Quick Access toolbar. Navigate to the location of your data files. Double-click on Word. Double-click on Module 2 and change the name of the document to researchpaper.docx. And click the Save button. There are several ways to center the title of the paper. One is to press the Center Align icon in the paragraph group. Use the shortcut key Control-E. Or you can move your I-beam to the center of the page until a Center Align icon displays. Double-click. To type the title of the paper, title of the research paper, press the Enter key. Return to the left margin. We can use the Align Left icon in the paragraph group. You could also use the shortcut key Control-L. Click the first line indent marker on the ruler. Drag to 1/2 inch. This will indent the first line of each paragraph. There will be no need to press the Tab key. Click the References tab on the ribbon. In the Citations and Bibliography group, click the Style Down arrow and select MLA 7th edition. Instead of typing the paragraphs, I am going to have you insert random content. Type equal RAND parentheses 5,4 parentheses. This will insert 5 paragraphs with 4 sentences in each paragraph. Press the Enter key. Notice that you are on page 2 and a number 2 displays. Press Control-Home to move to the top of the document. Scroll down until you can see the first paragraph. Click before the closing punctuation. On the References tab, click the Insert Citation down arrow and select Add New Source. At the type of source, click the down arrow and scroll till you see Book. Click in the Author text box. For practice, we are going to type the example, which is Kramer, James D, semicolon, Chen, Jackie. And tab until you come to title. Type How to Write Bibliographies. Tab 2006, tab City is Chicago. The publisher is Adventure Works Press. And the medium, the example shows document, but we are either going to use print if it's a hard copy of such as a book, or we are going to use web if it's digital. So here we're going to type print and click OK. A citation is inserted before the closing punctuation mark at the end of the first paragraph. Let's scroll down, and we're going to then click before the closing punctuation mark after the first sentence. Choose Insert Citation, Add New Source. This time we are going to choose Article in a Periodical. This is really what we would probably say is a magazine. Click in the author. This time type your last name, comma, first name. Tab down to title. Type how to write bibliographies. Tab. Notice there is a title and a periodical title. The periodical title is Adventure Works Daily. The year is 2006. The month is January. The day is 1. Pages is 50-62. And the medium, it could be either a print or a web. Let's say this one is also a print. And click OK. Your last name is inserted at the location of our cursor. Scroll down to the last paragraph and let's click before the closing punctuation in the last paragraph and choose Insert Citation, Add New Source. This time we are going to click the down arrow beside Type of Source and select Website. Click in the author. This time type your friend's last name and first name. Tab to name of web page, About Us, A Datum Corporation. The year is 2006. The month is January. And the day is 1. Now the next one is the date accessed. What's really important is to make sure that the date accessed is after the date published. Let's use the current year, the current month, and the current day. Under Medium, type Web and click OK. Our friend's last name is inserted. Press Ctrl Home to move to the top of the document. Scroll down until you can see the citation at the end of the first paragraph. As you hover over the citation, you will see that it turns to a light shaded blue. Click to select the citation. A down arrow appears. Click to show your citation options. Click Edit Citation. Let's put the page numbers that we referenced in our book. So let's put 27 through 29. Notice the word suppress. Suppress means to not show. Let's say, for example, in the last paragraph that we had used the words Kramer and Chen suggest. Since Kramer and Chen are already in the last paragraph, we may not want the author to show. Click in the checkbox to the left of author and click OK. Instead of showing the author, we now show the name of the book and the page number. On the status bar, you can see the number of words, 340. Double-click on 340 words. The word count dialog box gives you additional statistics about your research paper. The number of pages, words, characters without spaces, characters with spaces, paragraphs, and lines. You also have an option to include text boxes, footnotes, and endnotes. Close the word count dialog box. The Works Cited section should display on a separate page. Press Ctrl-End to move to the end of the document. On the ribbon, click the Insert tab, and in the Pages group, select Page Break. Your cursor moves to a third page. You can also insert a page break by holding down the Control key and pressing the Enter key on the keyboard. Drag the first line indent marker to the left margin. If your ruler does not display, click the View tab on the ribbon. Click in the checkbox to the left of Ruler. Click on the first line indent marker and drag to the left margin. Type the words Works Cited. To center the title, press Ctrl-E on the keyboard. Press the Enter key to move to a new line, and left align, press Ctrl-L. To insert the bibliography, click the References tab on the ribbon. In the Citations and Bibliography group, click the Bibliography down arrow. Scroll down to see all of the options, and at the very bottom select Insert Bibliography. You may be tempted to click Works Cited above, but if you do, you'll end up with an additional Works Cited in blue. The bibliography is inserted in the document. Notice that it is in alphabetical order, and it is in what is called hanging indent style. Let's highlight the text in the bibliography. Hanging indent means that the top line is left at the left margin and all other lines in the paragraph are indented. Click anywhere in your document to deselect. As you review your bibliography, you may notice that you have an error. For example, in Masenko Natasha, notice that you have the year of 2006. You had really meant to type 2016. You need to make the change in your source. On the References tab, click Manage Sources. The one you want to edit is the one with your friend's name. Select it in the current list and click the Edit button. We are going to change the year it was published to 2016 and click OK. You will be asked, this source exists in your master list and current document. Do you want to update both lists with these changes? You want to select yes. It means that the sources saved on your computer will also be changed. And then click Close. You take a look at your document and you say, but it still shows 2006. Click anywhere in your Works Cited and press the F9 function key on the keyboard. It is now updated to reflect your change. Press Ctrl Home to move to the top of the document. You want to spell check your document. If you have the spelling and grammar check on your quick access toolbar, you can click the spelling and grammar icon. The spell checker will check your document and give you suggestions. Since this name is okay, we will choose Ignore All. Spelling and grammar check is complete. You could also use the shortcut key F7, or you can click the Review tab on the ribbon and select the spelling and grammar icon in the proofing group. Click the File tab on the ribbon. In the Properties section, click on Add a Tag. A tag is very important because this is what will be used in searches. So in this case, let's type research paper. Scroll down until you see Windows User. Click under Add an Author. And here you can type your name. You can also click on Show All Properties. And if we wanted to see anything else, we would be able to see them here. Now we're going to click on the Back button to return to our document in normal view. To save the document again with the same name, click the Save icon on the Quick Access toolbar. Close the document.